Today's January 25th, 2019, and this is episode 24 of PlaneSavers. Good morning, everybody. Helicopters ruining the audio today. That was Great Slave Helicopters. I don't know what model it is. Let me know in the comments. It is Friday, minus 25 degrees Celsius, minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit for my friends south of the border. And it's a great day. I want to say good morning to everybody in New Zealand. I want to say hello to the people in Sweden, Norway, Finland. So today's episode a little bit special. I'm gonna introduce you to a new DC-3 team that we haven't talked about before. They're doing amazing things south of the border, and yeah, let's go to them now.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Anderson, or as Mikey McBryan refers to me, as the other Mikey or Montana Mike. But hey, I'll answer to anything. So I'd like to thank Mikey for the opportunity to be on PlaneSavers. We too have a DC-3 that we are getting ready to go to Normandy for next year. And Mikey has graciously offered us the opportunity to get our aircraft out there and our story out there. I'm going to start right now real quick, just giving you a quick introduction to our aircraft. She was born as a C-47 in May of '44. She was then assigned to the 561st Training Unit in St. Louis, Missouri. From there, she went to the 554th in June of '45. In March of '46, she was declared surplus and sold to Johnson Flying Service in Missoula, Montana, where she was converted into a DC-3 November 234-320. This is where her story really begins. Miss Montana has so many backstories and so many stories of serving her people of the United States. Even though she was unable to participate in D-Day, she's got a history that you folks aren't going to believe. Our aircraft is a little different. Our project is a little different than Mikey's and Buffalo's in the sense that all of our efforts are being done by volunteers. All of our funding is coming from donations, $5, $10, $15, $20 at a time. So in future episodes, I'm going to share with you the people and the passions of those people that are getting this aircraft ready to go and some of the trials and tribulations we have. Our website is missmontana-to-normandy.com. You'll find a little button that says donate, and you can click that bad boy all you want. Put some money in there for us. So in the future, look forward to some more episodes for us. We're going to have some nice stories to tell about our aircraft, and we'll also have the opportunity to get some swag because we've got some really good swag. So thanks again, Mikey, for letting us do this. We appreciate that, and we look forward to upcoming episodes. Thanks again.
So guys, I hope you like that update from Montana. Miss Montana looks like a beautiful bird. I can't wait to see more. Montana Mikey's going to be sending me new footage of their progress as they go, so I'll keep you guys updated. So you're getting two DC-3s for the price of one, ours, theirs, and even night freight in Coventry. So basically, yeah, it's a 3-for-1 deal. So yeah, let's go inside. I got a message from Montana Mike. He's looking for a specific DC-3 part, and let's ask my father if he has it. Well, Montana Mikey sent me a text message and a picture. He's looking for a co-pilot seat, the tub, so not the railings, just the tub. So I'm going to find my father, show him the picture, ask him what he thinks of the video from Montana, and we're going to find, hopefully, maybe help him out and find him some parts. All right, so this is what they're looking for in Montana.
The whole thing?
Yeah, not the seat rails. I guess they just call that the tub. There's one right there. That's the captain side, eh? Is that a DC-3?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize we had one in the store.
Picture they sent is that type.
Oh, no, that's the one they have.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ronnie has one red there.
So we could probably find him one?
Yeah, he just needs some trading stock. We're always interested when we have trading stock.
What do you think of that? The video? What did you see in the background?
But what I've seen in the background was a biplane and an Avenger. And I don't know what kind of biplane I've seen. I didn't see enough of it, whether it's a Stearman or an N3N or a Curtis. Could be a Curtis, but I'd like to know what it is. And I'd like to know if they got any C46 parts or P3 parts donated to them. Somebody wants to donate them something, I can trade them for my Vampire.
So yeah, in one of the episodes I mentioned the Vampire. What kind of price are you looking for the Vampire?
Well, those Vampires right now are probably trading anywhere because it's a dually and it's surveillance knives. It's probably $75,000 airplane. I don't know what the market is right now, but it's certainly traded for something. The first jet, wooden cockpit, goes 500 miles an hour, got an hour's fuel. Why not?
Cool. So you told me you're part search and you found some stuff.
I was upstairs getting you a roof hatch.
Yeah.
I pulled one out of the attic.
Can we go take a look?
It's like having a lover in the attic. You got some parts hidden in the attic once in a while. First, I gotta have some cinnamon that needs some energy. The one you want, none of this. Not enough left for you. Let's go.
And another question from yesterday's video, I'm getting a lot of, why does TPO have an orange tail?
I've noticed more and more in firefighting aircraft that orange shows up very well, very distinctive. I notice now when the airplane flying, I can see the orange tail. It identifies the airplane. Look at all the colors, it also identifies Ireland. So, you know, there's a little Irish in us around here. The family on my father's side immigrated, so I'm third generation out of Ireland.
So that makes me fourth.
Oh yeah, yeah, so used to call us part shamrock, part tomahawk, hell of a good bow and arrow, so that's us. You see the features in on the windows there. Our brother Matthew, he's an artist, he put those people in there because those would have been the people who would have flown in airplanes just during that time. Where you got Elvis, Marilyn, James Dean, and Humphrey Bogart, they would have been the passengers of that era. And on this side of the airplane, so you know, on this side of the airplane you got Donald Duck up there, and Pluto, and Mickey Mouse, and a Goofy. So those would have been the Walt Disney creatures of that period of time of that era. So had they been flying in the airplane, they would have been flying in an airplane like this. So they were the counterparts to the Hollywood stars. But I think that that orange tail really set the airplane off as good visibility, and now if I join the IRA, I'm in color. So digging around in here, you needed a hamburger door. So I found you a hamburger door, nice and shiny.
That looks brand new.
It is brand new. Look at this, brand spanking new, new old stock. I found you two roof hatches. This one here has good old Buffalo history, right off P&R. There she is.
Oh wow.
There's the start of something great. You need windows?
Oh yes, definitely we need windows. One thing that really grinds my gears is for some reason they spray painted the windows. So it looks like I'm going to have to ask my father for a new set of windows for my birthday or Christmas.
There's your windows.
That's all.
This is all bargain basement prices. You know, right? This is Boxing Day sale here. This is, you know.
These are DC-3 windows here?
Yep, all DC-3, DC-4, but DC-3 windows are in there. DC-3 windshields. These are DC-3 windows in there. Astrodome. You got to have an Astrodome.
Yeah, people were asking about Astrodomes and drift meters.
Yeah, they're in the Astrodromes. We have lots of the drift meters. Ronnie probably has them all squirreled away. We took them out of all the airplanes.
What is a drift meter?
A drift meter is a navigation aid, so when they can see what the drift sideways of the airplane is in the crosswinds when they're en route, not taking off or landing, but it gives you a drift so you know how much you're drifting in the wind.
So we'll probably come back here. That's really cool. There's a lot of parts hunting here once we get our list.
Yeah, well, Ronnie knows where all this stuff is there. He has 5 or 6 caches of parts like this. This we call Area 51. This is a no man's land up here. So, and all your brakes are here, your struts are here. There's a lot of stuff here that you need. I looked at the airplane and I see a massive amount of stuff is right in his building. And then of course Ronnie's got 4 or 5 caches down there that he'll be pulling out of too.
Cool. So Miss Montana needs a seat. We can probably find him a seat.
Yeah, Miss Montana will definitely get it. Ronnie can pull up right hand seat, the tub, Some of them were, depends on the war effort where the airplane was built. Some were made of different materials, and some were even made of veneer plywood, because they're trying to save materials for the war effort. See what else they might need. They should let us know exactly what they need, and Montana is not very far from Red Deer. They could always come up on a Costco shopping trip and visit us and look at what we got, and we'd certainly help us. If we got some stuff that they need and we can't sell because we're going to need it, we can always loan it to them. You know, we do loan out parts. I got a lot of parts out on loan right now to different people that I don't really want to sell. If I get enough of them, then they can buy the parts.
So hopefully you liked today's episode. Let's run inside really quick. Okay, I'm back in PlaneSavers Studios, warmed up. I'd like to give a big shout out to a bunch of kids that have been watching the show. Hugh Taylor, 8 years old in Ireland, watching the show with his father Joe. Thank you for watching. Little Lily Wood, 6 years old, watching with her dad Matt. There's also Avon, who's 10 years old in Ireland. She's already flying this DC-3 on the simulator. Say hi to your dad now for me. And of course, a huge hello to my two great nephews, Harrison and Ryder, that are watching this tonight. You guys got to get to bed. It's late, so. And hope you like today's episode. Saturday, we're going to do our numbers episode. I'm going to run through how this week happened for our views, revenue, and all that stuff, and give you guys the nitty-gritty details. And what do you think, Joe?
What do you think?
What do you think about today's episode?
Well, today's episode is going to be great. It'll just get better every day as we get more into it. Well, they'll be great. The greatness is the participation and the viewers.